Guys, today is the 25th of October 2014. And I wanted to make this about the things I worry about being on T, and like why I decided to go on T as a non-binary person, and how long I want to be on T for. Just 'cause I've been talking about it with a lot of people lately, and I've been thinking a lot about it lately. Like, my body is slowly starting to change, and I really like it. It's really good. But there's also elements of me that are really scared about particular changes and things that I don't like, and I'm worried about, I guess, long-term stuff. I don't know if I want to be on T forever. In fact, I know that I probably don't, but I know how much already I like the way that it makes me feel that I then question, do I want to live my life as male? Because, the longer I stay on it, the more likely that that's the way the world will perceive me. And, it's not what I want. So I guess I'll start with things I worry about with being on T. The biggest one, I think, for me is just that ability not to recognize myself. One of the biggest problems I had before was this sort of dissociation I have with my body, which I understand why it's there. Like, it doesn't feel like mine when I've got these like body parts that don't feel like they belong there. So I guess the easiest way is to not associate with your body anymore, and try to put a little bit of distance between your mind and your body to alleviate this kind of discomfort that is constantly there, particularly with my chest. I noticed that I just sort of pretend it's not there. And if somebody makes reference to the fact that, I'm female and I have breasts, I'm like, what? Oh yeah, I do. Right, okay, I forget, because they're constantly kept out of sight, they're constantly kept out of the way. And the only time I'm really reminded of them is if I'm taking a shower or getting changed or planning top surgery, because really that's a reminder that I have them. But with T, I'm starting to like my body more. It's really gradual, obviously. It's only been like 7 weeks, but even my face feels different. It doesn't feel overly different. It just feels fuller. And my body feels bigger. I've put on weight, and for the most part, with the exception of my hips, which I think I talked about in my last video, I really like that. It's really nice to feel stronger and to feel less scrawny and feminine in that way. But it's also because I'm enjoying my body more. It's in a way forcing me to live in my body more, which is a really kind of odd experience. I didn't realize how much I had removed myself emotionally and physically from my body until I started enjoying my body again. I'm not saying I don't have any discomfort, because like I'm still 13 days, 14, 12. Holy crap, it's 12 days till top surgery. But like I still have a little bit of discomfort, but I'm really seeing bits of that alleviating. It's good. It's just really different. I'm not used to being present in my body, and it's a good experience, but it's a really odd one. And I guess I worry with T that there's going to become a point where I might not recognize myself anymore. Like, even at 7 weeks, I notice all these things when I look in the mirror now. Like, I still haven't accounted for in my mind how much weight I've put on, and I look in the mirror every day, and I'm like, whoa! Like, where the hell did those muscles come from? Or like, when did my neck get so thick? Or like, all that kind of stuff. They're not bad things. I'm really happy that they're happening. They're just really odd. It's like my body has been the same pretty much. Like, I hit my first puberty really early. I was like 10 or 11, 12. And my body pretty much hasn't changed since. So for it now at 25, almost 26, to be going through all this stuff, it's really, yeah, it's really strange. I feel like I'm not articulating this point very well, but I guess I'm just saying that I worry there's going to become a point when I don't recognize my body, and now that I've just realized how nice it is to be present in my body, I don't want to lose that. The other thing that I've been thinking a lot about is, do I want to stay on TV forever? And I technically have never thought of myself as being on it for a long period of time. I've always assumed that I would take it until my voice dropped. That's my big one. And I kind of thought that if I could alleviate my chest dysphoria, which in 12 days should be fixed, and my voice, which hasn't done anything yet, but I can feel it, and I will, hopefully, in the next few months. And so I guess there's a point where, like, once I've gotten to a certain point in my voice drop and I'm recovered from top surgery, do I really need to be on T anymore? Because they're the things that bothered me the most. I don't see myself as binary. I don't see myself as male. I see myself as genderqueer and very much androgynous and somewhere in the middle. More to the male end of the spectrum, I think. Like, the way I want to look is more to the male end of the spectrum. But in terms of, like, who I am in my mind and my beliefs, I feel very, not stuck, because I don't think it's a bad place to be in, like, stuck with insinuated. I feel very much somewhere in the middle of that. Like, there's elements of my brain that are intrinsically female, and whatever that means, and parts of me that feel particularly male, in terms of how I female myself anyway. So I don't know if I want to be anti forever. I don't know if I want to pass in the world as male completely. Some part of me really wants to, and some part of me is really hesitant about that. I find male privilege kind of a bit gross, and a bit irritating, and I don't know if I necessarily want to put myself in a situation where I experience that. But at the same time, I feel more to the male end of the spectrum. And I've noticed lately that I feel a lot more comfortable when people use male pronouns for me, which some people do who don't really understand the genderqueer thing but get the trans thing. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we kind of have heard of this. Right, you're on hormones, you're getting top surgery, you're transgender, okay, like, he, and all these he, and I don't tend to correct people partly from social awkwardness and social anxiety, but partly because it actually feels quite comfortable. So that's interesting. I guess I need to evaluate at a certain point how I want to live, indefinitely. At the moment, this feels really, really right and really good, but I guess they will get to a point where I'm passing as male and my voice is dropped and my chest dysphoria is gone, and I might just need to remind myself to reevaluate what I'm doing with my body at that time. Yeah, I guess the last bit that I said I would touch on, and this is already getting pretty long, but why I've chosen to transition as a genderqueer person who doesn't see themselves as inherently male or female. Why I've chosen to medically transition, which in turn make me look and sound pretty male. I feel that my body was always meant to be male. I feel so comfortable in the idea of my body being male, because still I don't really view it as being male just because of the way that I look, but I feel intrinsically, like, when I think about my body in my mind, I think that I should have a male body. But I think, like, I guess I feel like my sex should have been male. But in terms of my gender, in my mind, I think it's a lot more ambiguous. I feel like there's elements of me that are sort of an amalgamation of lots of different things, and I quite like that. I don't necessarily want to limit my myself in terms of what is male and what is female and how I should fit into that in terms of the way that I think and I act and I participate in the world. But transitioning medically really has been just to alleviate my body dysphoria, which was getting to the point of being so intense that it was affecting my everyday life. And it got to the point where I thought, I can't not give it a go to see if this will help, because I was in so much discomfort and distress. The genderqueer thing for me is the fact that I don't really feel like I do ascribe to the binary, and I don't really even believe in it in some ways. And I believe that we have it socially, but I don't think that people have to be one thing or the other, and I certainly don't view myself as one thing or the other. But in terms of my physical body, I definitely feel that it should have been male, and I feel very comfortable in viewing my body as a male body, or the idea of it becoming a male body feels really exciting and really right. Yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say today. Sorry this is a bit long as usual. But yeah, hope everyone's having a good day and this made some sense to somebody.